Hello guys. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo's revenge. So let's start our video. Cristiano Ronaldo was never supposed to be here. That's what many people believed. Before the trophies, before the goals, before the fame, he was just a skinny kid from a small island called Madeira, a place far away from the big football world, a place where dreams felt heavy and opportunities felt small. His family did not have much money. Life was simple, sometimes difficult. His father worked hard. His mother worked even harder. Football was not luxury. It was escape. From a young age, Ronaldo loved the ball more than anything else. While other kids played for fun, he played with purpose. He didn't know the word revenge yet, but he already knew what it felt like to be underestimated. People laughed at him. They said he was too emotional, too skinny, too obsessed. Even teachers complained that he only thought about football. Some classmates mocked him because he couldn't control his emotions when he lost. He cried. He cared. And people saw that as weakness. But what they didn't understand is this. He didn't cry because he was weak. He cried because he wanted more. At home, money was tight. Sometimes there was not enough food. Sometimes stress filled the room. Football became the place where Ronaldo felt free, where pain disappeared. When he joined local clubs, talent was clear. But talent alone was not enough. Coaches liked him, but teammates sometimes disliked him. He trained harder, stayed longer, practiced alone. That made people uncomfortable. Because when someone works harder than you, it exposes excuses. At a very young age, Ronaldo made a painful decision. He left his family and moved far away to chase his dream. He was still a child. He felt lonely. He missed home. He cried at night. Many kids would quit. He didn't. At Sporting Lisbon, life became harder. The competition was stronger. Players were faster, stronger, more confident. Ronaldo was still skinny, still emotional, still doubted. Some coaches liked his skill, but questioned his strength. Some teammates thought he was selfish. Others thought he would never make it at the top level. Ronaldo heard it all, and he remembered everything. Instead of fighting people, he fought himself. He trained longer than anyone else. When others rested, he stayed. When others laughed, he worked. Pain became normal. Discomfort became routine. Doubt became fuel. Then came the moment that changed his life. A friendly match against Manchester United. Ronaldo played without fear. He ran. He dribbled. He attacked. He showed hunger. He showed confidence. The same confidence people once laughed at. The Manchester United players noticed. Sir Alex Ferguson noticed. And suddenly the kid from Madeira was no longer invisible. But even after signing for Manchester United, the doubt didn't stop. English football was physical, fast, aggressive. Ronaldo was still skinny. Fans mocked him. Opponents kicked him. Pundits said he was flashy but ineffective. They said he would never survive. That's when the revenge story truly began. Not revenge with words. Revenge with work. England was not kind to Cristiano Ronaldo at first. The stadiums were louder. The tackles were harder. The criticism was ruthless. Every time Ronaldo touched the ball, defenders kicked him. Fans booed him. Pundits laughed at his tricks and said he played too fancy. They said he cared more about style than results. They called him weak. Opponents targeted him physically. They pushed him, fouled him, tried to break his confidence. Referees didn't protect him. Fans mocked his reactions. When he fell, they laughed. When he complained, they mocked him more. Many players would have changed their style. Ronaldo didn't. But he changed himself. He looked at his body and understood the truth. Talent alone was not enough. If he wanted respect, he needed strength. If he wanted to survive, he needed power. So he transformed. Not slowly. Obsessively. He trained before training. He trained after training. He changed his diet. He built muscle. He worked on speed, balance, and explosiveness. While others rested, Ronaldo stayed in the gym. While others went home, he stayed on the pitch. His teammates noticed. Some admired him. Some thought he was crazy. But Ronaldo didn't care. He was not competing with others. He was competing with doubt. Slowly, his body changed. His speed increased. His strength surprised defenders. His confidence grew. And with confidence came fearlessness. Then the goals started coming. Not lucky goals. Not easy goals. Important goals. Goals that won matches. Goals that silenced stadiums. Goals that forced critics to pause before speaking. The same fans who booed him began to clap. The same commentators who mocked him began to praise him. But even then, Ronaldo felt something inside him. It wasn't satisfaction. It was hunger. Because he remembered everything. Every insult. Every doubt. Every moment they said he would fail. He didn't forget. He used it. Season after season, Ronaldo improved. His work ethic separated him from everyone else. He became faster, stronger, sharper. His mentality became elite. Pressure no longer scared him. It focused him. In big games, when others hid, Ronaldo demanded the ball. When teammates felt tired, he pushed harder. When moments mattered most, he wanted responsibility. And responsibility creates legends. Trophies began to arrive. Individual awards followed. Ronaldo was no longer just talented. He was dangerous. But still, critics found reasons to doubt him. They said he relied on physical power. They said he wasn't complete. They said he wouldn't last. So Ronaldo did what he always did. He worked more. He added new skills. Better finishing. Stronger headers. Smarter movement. He reinvented himself again and again. Every time they moved the goalpost, Ronaldo chased it down. Eventually he became the best player in the world. Not because he was gifted, but because he refused to accept limits. The boy who cried when he lost was now feared when he arrived. The skinny kid from Madeira had turned pain into power. And still, he wasn't done. Because the greatest revenge was yet to come. As Cristiano Ronaldo reached the top, the pressure changed. It became heavier. When you are unknown, people doubt you. When you become great, people wait for you to. He didn't pass responsibility. He attacked. He jumped higher. He ran faster. He finished harder. Goals followed. Important goals. The kind of goals that decide history. With every goal, his confidence grew. With every celebration, his message became clearer. You can doubt me, but you can't stop me. A rivalry grew. The football world split. Comparisons never stopped. Fans argued. Media debated. Every performance was compared, measured, judged. Some players might lose focus. Ronaldo didn't. He used comparison as motivation. He trained harder, rested better, studied his body like a machine. He knew that talent fades, discipline doesn't. While others relied on natural ability, Ronaldo built consistency. That consistency made him terrifying. Managers trusted him. Teammates relied on him. Opponents feared him. When Ronaldo entered the pitch, expectations shifted. People expected goals. And that is the highest level of respect. But even with trophies, even with awards, even with global fame, Ronaldo never felt satisfied. Not because he was unhappy, but because he was driven by something deeper. Proof. Proof that the kid they laughed at was never wrong. Proof that emotions were never weakness. Proof that obsession beats comfort. He remembered the island he came from, the lonely nights, the insults, the doubts. He carried them with him, not as pain, but as reminders. And then, he made another bold move. He left comfort again. He chose new challenges, new leagues, new critics, new doubts. Because Ronaldo didn't want to be protected by his past success. He wanted to test it. Every new place brought the same talk. He's finished. He can't do it again. He's past his best. Ronaldo smiled. He had heard that story before. And every time they wrote him off, he wrote another chapter. Goals came. Records fell. History was rewritten. The boy who once cried when he lost had turned into a man who thrived when challenged. But the story was nearing its most powerful point. Because revenge isn't complete when you prove people wrong once. It's complete when you do it again and again. As the years passed, Cristiano Ronaldo reached a level most players never touch. At this stage, it was no longer about talent. It was no longer about proving potential. It was about survival at the top. Many great players rise. Very few stay. Critics waited patiently. They believed time would finally stop him. They said age would slow him down. They said his body would break. They said football would move on without him. Ronaldo heard it. And once again, he responded the only way he knew how. With discipline. He treated his body like a machine. Recovery became as important as training. Sleep, food, stretching, focus, nothing was left to chance. While others trusted youth, Ronaldo trusted preparation. And the results shocked everyone. He didn't slow down. He adapted. When speed reduced slightly, his movement became smarter. When defenders learned his tricks, his positioning became deadly. When legs felt heavy, his mentality carried him. Goals kept coming. Important goals. Late goals. Pressure goals. The kind of goals that silence critics and break excuses. At this point, the hate began to change. It turned into respect. Even people who didn't like him had to admit the truth. You could argue style. You could argue personality. But you could not argue results. Ronaldo had built something unbreakable. A mindset. He had become proof that hard work could beat doubt again and again. That discipline could stretch a career beyond limits. That obsession, when controlled, becomes greatness. Young players looked up to him. Coaches trusted him. Fans around the world followed him wherever he went. And still new. Challenges came. New teams. New leagues. New expectations. Every move was followed. By the same words, this time he can't do it. And every time, Ronaldo answered on the pitch. Because that was his language. Not interviews. Not arguments. Not excuses. Performance. He showed that confidence is built by preparation. That pressure becomes lighter when you are ready. That fear disappears when you trust your work. Looking back, the revenge was clear. Not loud. Not violent. Not hateful. It was professional. The people who once doubted him now used his name as a standard. Commentators compared others to him. Young players were measured against him. That is the highest form of revenge. To become the example they never believed you could be. Ronaldo didn't need apologies. He didn't need explanations. His career was the answer. And the story was almost complete. Because the final lesson was not about goals or trophies. It was about mindset. In the end, Cristiano Ronaldo's story was never really about football. Football was just the stage. The real story was about a boy who refused to accept the limits placed on him. A boy who was laughed at for being emotional, mocked for being skinny, doubted for being different. And instead of changing who he was to fit the world, he changed himself to beat the world. Ronaldo never asked people to believe in him. He never waited for permission. He didn't look for comfort or approval. He looked for progress. Every doubt became fuel. Every insult became motivation. Every setback became a lesson. When people said he was too weak, he became stronger. When they said he was finished, he reinvented himself. When they said he couldn't do it again, he did it again. That is not talent. That is mindset. The greatest revenge Ronaldo took was not lifting trophies or breaking records. It was proving that discipline beats doubt and consistency beats criticism. The same world that laughed at him now studies him. The same people who doubted him now use his name as a standard. The same critics who questioned him now respect him. And Ronaldo? He never needed an apology. Because his career became the answer. He showed that emotions are not weakness when you learn to control them. That obsession is not dangerous when it is focused. That hunger, when guided by discipline, creates greatness. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't take revenge with words. He took revenge with work. And that is why his story matters. Because it reminds everyone watching that where you start does not decide where you finish. That being doubted does not mean being wrong. And that the strongest comeback is built quietly, day by day. This is how Cristiano Ronaldo took revenge on everyone who doubted him. Not by destroying others, but by becoming undeniable. Thanks for watching. Infinity Revenge Story